starting off with my foundation by Bourjois. This is the Healthy Mix one. This is in shade light beige, so it's kind of tan and it's great for olive toned skin, which is what I have. So I find this really, really easy to match my skin. So I'm just going to pump it out on the back of my hand, and I am going to then dab that onto the places that I want to cover, such as my dark circles or any sort of blemishes. I usually put some foundation on my eyelids as well, just to kind of balance out the darkness of it or the redness, and you always get those little nasty veins that you want to cover up. So then I'm using a blush brush from Makeup For You, and I actually find this brush really helpful to blend out foundation because it's quite small. So I'm just going to sort of dab that in. And what I like about this foundation is that it's really, really dewy and it just has a really nice glowing finish. Next I'm going to contour and give my face a nice sort of brown sun-kissed effect, and for this I'm going to use the Bourjois chocolate bronzer. This is really, really nice and it's got a tiny shimmer to it, but it's not too crazy, so I really, really like this. And to apply it I'm using a Bobbi Brown blush brush, I believe. So to contour your face and also give it a little bit of a tanned effect, all you have to do is create like a 3 shape on your face. So you start off in your temple, you go into your cheekbone, and then you bring it back out. Make sure you blend this out really, really well. Sometimes I also like to take a small fluffy brush like this and use my bronzer to just sort of contour around the nose a little bit, and what I do is I dab the powder on the tip of my nose like this, and what this does is it creates an illusion that the tip of your nose is a little bit taller than it really is, and in turn it makes your nose look a little bit pointier and just have this cute little button shape to it. And I also like to contour on the sides as well, only ever so slightly, just to give an illusion of your nose being a little bit smaller. And this is not going to do a drastic sort of change, like it's not like plastic surgery or anything, but it does give a slight sort of semi-noticeable effect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown blush, and this is in shade Peony. It's just a nice little pink shade. It also had a bronzer on the other side, but it completely crumbled out. So yeah, I'm going to use this. And the brush that I'm using is a MAC brush, which looks like this, but ow, I just hit myself in the face. It's a MAC blush brush, but I'm not too sure what number, so sorry about that. So I'm just going to dust that over the cheek, sort of carving the shape of my cheekbone.
Am I tripping?
Next, I'm going to take my Benefit WhatsApp highlighter. This has been a favourite this month. I love it so much. It just gives the nicest sort of like goddess dewy glow thing going onto your face. It's amazing. All you do is sort of swipe it on there, if you can see that. And a little bit on the tip of my nose, maybe even the Cupid's bow to highlight it a little bit. And then on the other side it's got a handy little sponge, so all you do is you sort of go over it with a sponge so it's not so harsh, and it sort of blends it into the skin a little bit better. So moving on to the brows, I'm going to fill this sparse bad boy going on here. And to do this I use the Maybelline New York eyebrow pencil. This is the lightest one they have. I'm not too sure what shade this is. It's very like waxy. It's got a waxy consistency, so it applies really easily, unlike most eyebrow pencils. If your eyebrows tend to be a little bit dark and you want to lighten them, then this is also good, because when you go over the darker hairs it kind of lightens them automatically. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to the Naked 2 palette to use on my eyes. This is my favourite palette like of all time, and it's just really, really nice for like glowing and natural looks because of the neutral toned eyeshadows. Now I want the eyes to look very natural, but I do want it to have that continuous glowing sort of effect throughout the whole makeup. So first of all I'm going to use Tease as a blending sort of transition colour, and I'm going to pop that in the crease with the fluffy side of the brush.
Am I tripping?
Next, I'm going to take Half Baked and I'm going to pop that in the centre of my eyelid. Next, I'm going to take Booty Call, which is this one here, and I'm going to pop that on my brow bone just to highlight it a little bit. And I'm also going to take Booty Call and just dab it in the very centre of my eyelid. And I'm really nicely going to blend that into the Half Baked. You can pile on Booty Call because it's quite a translucent shade, so the more layers you put on, the more pigmented it will come out. Now I'm taking the flat side of the brush and going in with Tease once again. I'm going to line my lower lash line. Now because I don't want too much darkness in the face or the eyes, today I'm going to be opting for a brown eyeliner, and the one I'm using is my number 7. It's just the brown 10. Yeah, just a kohl eyeliner. So I'm going to be using that to further line my lower lash line ever so slightly. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Mega Plush Mascara, and this is great for those of us who are not a 10 out of 10 in the lash department, if you know what I mean. My lashes are very, very tiny. I've already got some mascara on today, only a tiny bit from earlier, but I'm just going to go over the top with one more coat. So this is the final look. You can totally leave it like this and go without a lipstick, but I'm going to add something a little bit more to it. So I'm going to go with the Gosh lipstick, and this is in shade Sweetheart 161. It's a really, really nice like nude slash pink shade. I'm not too sure how to describe it, but it's gorgeous and it's matte, so it looks really natural. So I'm just going to slightly dab that on the centre of my lip for a tiny, tiny stain of colour. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any more suggestions for videos you'd like to see on this channel, then please pop them down below and like this video if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for subscribing, and I also like to thank you guys for saying happy birthday to me on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. It was my birthday on the 14th of March, and yeah, I turned 19, so I'm like really old now. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and I hope you guys have a lovely day or night or dawn, dusk, I don't know. Bye!